Good morning, one and all. Today I am discussing about Applied Geotechnical Engineering 18 CV 62 Module 5 Lecture Series 1 for 6th semester student Pile Foundation. Today we are discussing about types and classification of piles. So a pile is a relatively small diameter shaft which is driven or installed into the ground by suitable means. A pile piles piles are usually driven in group to provide foundation for structure. A pile group may be subjected to vertical load, horizontal load, or combination of vertical and horizontal loads. So we have to consider, depending on the type of load, the design of pile has to be modified. So basically piles are grouped into three types, that is based on the material, based on the function, and based on the installation. Based on the material, piles are classified into timber pile, steel pile, concrete pile, or precast or cast in situ pile. Based on function, piles are classified into end bearing pile, friction pile, end bearing cum friction pile, sand pile, laterally loaded pile, batters pile. Based on installation, the piles are classified into precast pile, cast in situ pile, driven pile, vibratory pile, jet pile. First we will see based on the material. Based on the material, timber pile. So this timber pile is used in the olden days, and also it is used in the army, or whenever they want to bridge the valley with some temporary bridge for carrying the men and material during war time. After that they want to that is evacuate it, or they want to blast it, so that enemies should not use that as a pathway. In such a case, timber piles are used. Second thing, in olden days timber piles are used because those days abundantly the forestation was there, so a huge quantity of higher diameter timber stems are available. Therefore they are making that as a tapered one at one end, horizontal at other end, they are making as timber pile. So the advantage is each timber pile will have a load carrying capacity of 250 kilo Newton. The disadvantage of timber pile is timber pile are used only for temporary structure. Whenever partially it is in water, then decaying of timber pile will take place. If a seasoning of the wood has not done 100%, seasoning of wood means what? It is a process of removal of sap present in the wood is called as seasoning, and if it has not done, decaying take place. Third disadvantage is it may subjected to termite attack also. Therefore timber pile will have some limitations, and this we have taken from the Cisco WebEx meeting done by the author in 29/12/2020. Second one is steel pile. So steel pile will have in the middle of 19th century, steel piles are come into picture, and because these piles will have very high load carrying capacity, it will be up to 1000 kN. Compared to timber pile, 4 timber pile load will be taken by one steel pile. The steel pile will be used for very important structures, very costly structures. They are using this one. The disadvantage is very costly, and the cost wise is also not affordable. Third one is the come into picture based on material is concrete pile. So the concrete piles are two types. One is cast in situ pile and precast pile. Cast in situ pile will have load carrying capacity of 750 kN, whereas precast pile will have a load carrying capacity of 800 kN. The reason of 50 kN extra load carrying capacity in case of precast pile is a proper care has been taken in casting, proper care will be taken during curing operation. That may be lacking in case of cast in situ, because we cannot possible to see what is there inside the ground whenever casting is under progress. And relatively it is stronger compared to wooden pile, cheaper compared to the steel pile. Therefore, in India, most of the projects run under concrete pile category only. Next, based on the function, piles are classified into the end bearing pile, friction pile, end bearing cum friction pile, sand pile, laterally loaded pile, batters pile. So, end bearing pile means the hard, HBS stand for hard bearing stratum, NGL stand for natural ground level. The entire, suppose this is the pile, means this is natural ground level, this is hard bearing stratum. The entire pile will be taken up to the hard bearing stratum, so that the load on the pile will transfer onto the hard bearing stratum. That is, whatever Q that we are applying, it is transferred onto the QP. So QP is the end at which it is acting. So that is called end bearing pile. Friction pile means whenever the depth of hard bearing strata is at greater depth, and pile cannot possibly take up to 20, 30, 50 meter depth because of the cost constraints, then the surrounding soil is very good to take the frictional stresses, and the frictional stresses is sufficient to nullify the applied load Q. In such a case, one can go for a friction pile. In such a case, Q is equal, ultimate is equal to RF. There are some cases where hard bearing strata may be available at shallow depth, but load from the structure is very heavy, which cannot possible to afford the entire load at the tip of the pile to transfer onto the hard bearing strata, but surrounding soil may be good. In such a case, a combined piling will be done, end bearing cum friction pile. If that is the case, Q ultimate is equal to RP, that is resistance from pile pointed end, plus RF, resistance from frictional component circumference of that pile. So Q ultimate is equal to RF plus RP. Next is, whenever there is a loads acting horizontal, suppose you are driving a pile, but wave effect is very high, which is acting laterally on the pile, means you have to design a laterally loaded pile. There you have to take care of Q, applied load Q, to sustain that particular stresses. Next, if at all if a pile is inclined, suppose if a chimney is designed, or if some Honeywell structure has to be constructed, then inclined lines has to be driven. So there we are to go for a batter's pile. Batter's pile means the angle made by the vertical axis with respect to the load application is theta will be taken. That will be designed as your, there is a batter's pile. So whenever there is a retaining wall and that retaining wall starts yielding in active earth pressure condition, in module 3 we discussed about active earth pressure. When it is yielding in active earth pressure condition, then a suitable anchoring arrangement will be used. This is your anchor arrangement will be used, and that will taken back into the backfill. This is your backfill, this is your retaining wall, and a mass concreting will be done. That concreting will be fixed with the help of the pile. That pile is called as an anchor pile. This is called as an anchor pile. Okay, to anchor the movement of the retaining wall. So next is based on the installation, how we will going to erect it. The piles are classified into following type. Number 1 is called as a dry-wall pile. Here precast pile will be brought. Suppose assume that this is a precast pile. So this precast pile will be brought to the field, and it will be driven with the help of a hammer. When once you drive, this pile will start moving in the downward direction. In the meantime, it exerts a stresses in all the direction, like waves, shock waves in all the direction. And if a structure, any structure is very close to that shock wave, that is point, then the distress of the adjacent structure take place. Therefore, driven pile is not at all a recommended one whenever there is a thickly populated areas are there, or the crowded structures are available. Next is a cast in situ file. Cast in situ file means in situ means inside the site. First, by using a boring operation, so any type of boring, auger shell, wash boring, percussion, rotary, etc. boring will be done. All the soil will be removed. Reinforcement casing will be placed. Blue color line will be the reinforcement casing will be placed, and concreting will be done from the top into the reinforcement casing. When the concreting will be done on the top into the reinforcement casing and allowed for a sufficient curing period, then that file will be a cast in situ file. Casted inside in the field is called cast in situ file. Next is precast file. Precast file means the file will be casted in casting yard with the help of cranes. So file will be transported from casting yard to the construction site. The PCP in the precast file. So this is casting yard. CY is casting yard. CS is construction site. It is brought to the casting yard to the construction site. There it will be, that is the placed in its position. So that is called as precast file. The problem here is the lifting of file and transporting a file is a major challenge. Because while you are lifting the file with the help of cranes, hooks, that is stresses will come into picture, handling stresses will come into picture. That has to be taken care of in the design. Then only we can use the such type of file in our construction. Some of the MCQ questions related to today's topic are: so a pile is a relatively small diameter shaft which is driven or installed into a ground by suitable means. Option A is true, option B is false. Correct answer is option A. Based on material, only timber piles were used. No, based on material, timber pile, steel pile and concrete pile is there. Therefore, option is B, false. Based on material, steel piles are used. So again, option is B, false. Based on material, only concrete piles are used. Option B, false. Based on material, timber pile, steel pile and concrete piles were used is the correct one. So option A, true. Based on function, only end bearing piles were used. Option B, it is false. Here is end bearing pile, friction pile, end bearing friction pile, lateral loaded pile, sand pile, etc. Based on function, only friction piles are used. It is false. D. Based on function, only end bearing friction piles are used. It is false. D. Based on function, only sand piles were used. It is false. B. Based on function of all following types of piles were used. Then it is true. Option is A. So these are all the list of references and textbooks are used for preparation of this material. I take this opportunity to thank Department of College and Technical Education, higher officers and students for giving me an opportunity to deliver this particular module. So please students please go through the LMS content. If you have any doubt in of today's topic, you can feel free to ask. Thank you for attending the class.